What's up, my beautiful people? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Exile451 here with yet another daily dose of Reddit Happy. I got some great stories for you right out of r/self-improvement, so let's get to it. Our first story is from user Legaqua. How I overcame my stupidity and became a socially aware person. How I achieved success after lifelong failures. And I'm an Indian female. I came from a family of very low self-awareness and self-intelligence. I suffer from ADHD and I was decried every moment of my life at whatever I had done. Because of all this, I could not even think critically. I had a severe lack of self-confidence. Failure after failure told me that I would amount to nothing. My husband used all this against me. I was subject to severe domestic violence. I was thrown out of my marital house after 9 years of abuse. I just had my 7-year-old child in my hand, 2 days of spare clothes, and my dictionary with me. This happened a few years before Android phones were out in the market. I was a postgraduate, but I did not have a single support financially. Furthermore, I was thoroughly naive and had believed that I am at fault, and I had no capacity whatsoever. The biggest problem was my mind itself. Apart from ADHD, I had an utter lack of critical analysis and hence, dumb me would believe anything others would say. So, I was misguided from applying for good courses or the correct jobs by well-meaning friends and relatives. After my marital disaster, I had to suffer the ignominy of being kicked out by my spouse. People talked badly about me, but did they help? Boy, no. People can be very cruel. I went through hell itself. Only my widowed mother helped me by looking after my child. Apart from this, I had almost no one else. Spare my aunt, who had assured me that she will offer resources if a calamity did arise. And to my good luck, nothing very demanding happened. I worked in academics, going between 3 to 4 jobs on a single day. I worked on weekends too. People, meanwhile, opinionated and commented. Only my bosses and a few of my colleagues gave me kindness. Now my child is doing academically and professionally very well. This success now has given me the confidence to analyze myself. From utter stupidity, I have now started thinking and reacting intelligently. Now, my thesis is printed as a book by the government. I give musical concerts. I had allowed people to hurt me then. The ones who did, almost all, I have not been lucky to meet good humans except my students. Now talk to me with respect, without shame. My so-called close friends, who had once played with and laughed at my naivete, now praise everything about me. My relatives want to visit me once again. People applaud me. I do not know whether there is another person like me in this world who was so naive and stupid, who had placed people on high pedestals as small children would, and yet come out of all these. The reason for my success is I think that I loved academics and music. Despite repeated failures, I never stopped studying or pursuing my practice in music. And my child's love has brought me till here. OP, I'm not going to pretend like I know the Indian culture all that well. From what I do understand, though, it's very patriarchal, and to be able to do something like this on your own as not just a woman, but as a single mother is absolutely incredible in a society like that, which from the outside looking in seems to make it more and more difficult for women just to even try to get ahead. And what's more, you've done this basically all on your own. It's not like you ran home and mommy and daddy took care of you while you rebuilt your life. It's you rebuilt everything, step by step, with minimal support. Honestly, your story is a great one. To go from being thrown out of your house after suffering years of domestic abuse to the government now printing your thesis as a book and distributing it as educational material, I mean, that's pretty big. That's really big. Take pride in where you're at. You have done some incredible things, and your story truly is an inspiration to others. Wherever you're at right now, I really wish you all the success in the world and really just want the best for you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Our next story is from user Powerful Fuel. But first, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of your daily dose of Reddit Happy. Getting food poisoning finally gave me the motivation to get a good diet and exercise. It may just stick this time. Weird title, I know. So, around June, I got some pretty bad food poisoning. I'd always been the kind of kid to just eat whatever's in front of me, and that included a lot of fast food. Well, I ate a cheeseburger late at night coming home, and that seemed to do me in. Not only did it suck to vomit for 12 hours straight, which, in retrospect, was probably made way worse by my emetophobia, and miss a huge tournament I'd been training months for, but I just felt humiliated. I let what was probably a 16-year-old minimum wage kid who couldn't be bothered to wash their hands get me sick. I didn't even check the dang thing before putting it into my maw. Did I really care about my body that little? And so, slowly but surely, I've been respecting my body better. Ever since that day, I've been extremely careful with watching what I eat and not just wolfing anything down. And my diet has honestly never been better, really. I've been actually dealing with the problem of not eating enough because I'm scared of all that happening again. But we're getting there. While I was at it, why not start exercising? So I've been regularly going to the gym the past few months. And I gotta say, I've been feeling better and I'm actually making some noticeable results. I actually squealed when I compared photos from a month ago and now, and noticed I actually looked better. Let's go. Don't get me wrong, I do have a ways to go. There's a lot of habits I still would prefer not to have, and truth be told, I'm still fighting with myself a lot. But I can see the improvement, and yeah, I think we're gonna make it. Well, you know, OP, it's amazing how just even the smallest things like that, the smallest derailments of our life, can be the key to having the biggest, most profound changes in our overall behavior. Personally, I for one don't really do fast food beef except for In-N-Out because In-N-Out's amazing. Because of a similar experience to you, where once when I was a kid, McDonald's beef did not sit well with me and I spent the entire night throwing up. Since then, I haven't been able to eat those burgers or really anyone else's. I just can't do it. But that's been a huge deterrent for me to go out and eat super unhealthy. Instead of usually getting a greasy burger, I usually end up getting some sort of chicken meal because I just can't stand fast food beef. So I can completely understand and relate to your story here. But even still, the fact you took it beyond just, hey, I want to eat healthier to, I really want to take care of my body is commendable. You've stepped outside of your comfort zone and now you're doing something that you're noticing is having incredible results on your life. Keep it up, keep that confidence going. You can do this and you are going to be all the better off for having done so. Wherever you're at, I truly wish you the best and do keep posting. Let people know where you're at. Our next story is from user Christina B3305. That's it. I'm done with myself. This past month has been my wake-up call. I'm finally sick of myself enough to make a significant change. There are many things I could blame for my poor quality of life and behavior. Crappy childhood, mental and physical health problems, poverty, etc. But the person responsible for and capable of changing things is me. I turned 24 recently, and while this isn't old by any means, it freaked me out to realize how little I've done with my life. There's a part of me that knows I can do better, and there's a very ugly part of me that thinks I don't deserve anything better or more. I'm done listening to that part of myself. I dropped out of online school because I couldn't handle how poorly I was doing and decided to travel out of state to go to a university. I'm terrified that I'll have yet another breakdown, but the fact of the matter is, that's under my control. I can keep feeding myself the narrative that I'm a terrible person who's worthless without the external validation of grades and accomplishments, or I can take control. I'm done with this bullcrap, and I'm not giving up again. There's so many things I've screwed up. Among them, going into the red on my bank account 3 months in a row, overcharging my credit account, blacking out drunk 3 times in 2 months, quitting school 3 times, falling into a cycle of self-harm, and generally not accomplishing any goals I've set for myself. Maybe this doesn't seem too bad to you, but with every failure, I want to self-destruct, which is the real problem. Every time I fail, that negative voice in my head tells me how much I deserve it and convinces me to make things worse and worse. It hasn't just impacted me though. It also impacts the people and things I care about most. My fiance keeps having to cover my bills. My mom had to take care of me when I was blackout drunk and having a panic attack, and my cats are getting neglected because I'm so caught up in my own spiral of self-loathing. I'm done with this for my own sake and theirs. So, I'm changing my life. Not in 2020, not next month, not tomorrow, but right now. As soon as I'm done with this post, I'm going to go to the gym to blow off some steam and work on my health. From now on, I'm going to start reading more, cutting my internet usage and sugar consumption, tracking my budget, establishing a morning routine, spending more time with my cats, drinking only in moderation, and working on my negative self-talk. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. Good luck on your own self-improvement journeys everywhere. Well, there's that old saying about the journey of 1,000 miles always begins with the first step. This is where you're really at. People don't dramatically change overnight. You don't just flip a switch and suddenly you're a new person. Life is meant to be difficult because if everything was easy, we'd never learn. OP, the fact that you recognize this and are willing to take the steps to push yourself to do better is admirable. Don't let that voice tell you otherwise. Don't ever believe you can't do what's ahead of you. You can do this. Every goal that you have in life is attainable, but you have to put in that work. And when you do and look back at how far you've come, it is unbelievable the changes and radical transformations that you will see in yourself and in your life overall. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Please do update, let people know how you're doing, and wherever you're at right now, I really do wish you the best. That was r/self-improvement, and if you're looking for more self-improvement stories of people changing their lives for the better, then go ahead and feel free to hit that playlist link in the description below. Also, if you want, share the video, leave a comment, hit us up on social media, love to chat with you. Now you go out there, have a great day, I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Exile451, stay beautiful people.